So for today, we're going to be looking at the Doki Destiny armor. If you guys don't know, this is the Japanese armor set that we got for episode Revenant. This armor should still be available in the archive. I don't see why they would not put it there, but if they don't, well, that's weird. But yeah, this armor set, initially I was not the biggest fan of it, and I'm being quite honest, I'm still not the biggest fan of it, but we'll get into that in a bit. But if you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe. It really does help because a huge portion of people are actually not subscribed. So if you can do me a favor, like, comment, sub, hit the bell notification because that also does help. Other than that, let's get into it. So to start off, here is the hunters. So let me explain my thought process. I'm not just not the biggest fan of the bows, and it's not like, oh, I'm a man, that's lame. No, it's more just like we don't have a lot of pieces that have bows, so like when you combine these pieces with other sets, it just looks like really weird because it's like, okay, like very cutesy and bowsy and like bows and everything, and then like you have like an armor set from base Destiny 2 and it's just like fucking weird. That's my biggest gripe. Like I don't give like a shit about the bows, like whatever, dog. So much so, like the bow in the back for the hunters, the cloak, I think is really cool. Not the bow itself, but like the actual cloak is really cool. I don't really give a shit about the bow or about the bow in the back because I'm a hunter. I'm never gonna see that most of the time. But well, aside from going third person, but other than that, like in my head, I'm using the cloak specifically for the actual hood because the hood looks really cool. The helmet I think is the best piece, and the chest piece and the helmet I think are fucking amazing, the best pieces if I'm being quite honest. The arms and the boots I think are the weakest, just because again it's too much bows, and again I wouldn't have a big problem with them if we had more pieces outside of this armor that had bows, like just to like at least combine it with another set that's like, all right, at least this has a bow. That being said, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Like I know I just ranted about that, but you could definitely make it work. I have like 2 sets that I made that look really cool and it's incorporating the bows. But if I'm being honest though, the helmet and the chest piece, those sets that I made are, oh my God, they're so good. The helmet, not so much, but the chest piece, I'm excited to showcase that one because that one's my favorite for sure. But what I'm trying to say is this armor is not bad. Like, it's funny too because like I know a lot of guys were like, this is lame, but it's like my shit was just like, we don't have a lot of bows in the game, so this is gonna look weird when you combine it with other pieces or other sets. And I was technically right, but at the same time, like you can definitely make it work, which is pretty cool, I guess. So this one, how to get, became available during episode Revenant during Act 2, if I remember correctly. Should be available in the archives if you're watching this after season 2 or after episode Revenant is over, which is fucking next week. Sorry this took so long, but yeah, again, like I said, this should be in archives. Next episode I will go back to see if it's still there. The thing that sucks is I'm gonna do the Strand videos next season or next episode, so hopefully this armor set's still available. If not, that's gonna be a huge bummer. But I also know that Bungie usually takes an armor set out for a season and then reintroduces it later, so there is that. But hunters, let me know what you guys think about your sets. Actually, I did not show you how shaders. Let me show you how shaders before I get out of here. So when it comes to shadering, it's not the worst thing in the world, actually. To be fair, would I want it to be shader a little bit better? Yeah, because the helmet takes a lot of the off color. There's a lot of pieces that actually take the off color, but there is a lot of glows in this. So if you're interested in glows, every piece glows in this set. The arms, the boots, the chest piece, the fucking helmet, the cloak, everything has glows. So that's actually really cool. It's just that like some pieces will be taking off colors, like specifically the chest piece takes a really weird off color. So that's just like something you have to be aware of. But like the arms and the boots generally are pretty good. The helmet is also a pretty big bummer because not only does the cloth version take the off color, but the plate armor also does take the off color. The really cool thing though is the fact that cool for me, I don't know if some people might hate this, but the helmet actually takes glows differently. So the eyes actually take like I think the main color, and then the glow in the middle of the forehead takes the off color, if I remember correctly. So that may be a big bummer for some people. I actually think it's pretty cool. Overall shadering, like it's one of those like I expected it, so I don't really mind it, but I still find it annoying kind of thing. As for the Titans, this is where it gets negative because I'm not the biggest fan of the Titans. Like, at least the Hunters, like there was pieces where I was like, yes, this is a dope set, and they don't have bows, so it's not as annoying. This one, yeah, I'm not a fan of it. So like the helmet I think is weird, very fucking weird. Yeah, like the cool thing is it's cutesy and it's like a fox. So you could go for a fox look, which is what I actually did for one of the sets. But chest piece, I'm not the biggest fan of that bow in the middle. That being said, not the biggest deal breaker. The chest piece that I made with that set is really cool. The arms I think are pretty cool. No bow on that one, so that's cool if you don't want the bow. That being said, that like fluff for the shoulder pad might annoy some people. I actually think it's pretty cool, and you can definitely combine it with some like European knight type of thing. The boots and the mark are actually, I would say the mark. The boots are decent. Definitely the decent piece of the set. The mark is pretty bad though. And it's not because of the frill in the back. I actually think that's pretty cool. It's the fact that like it leaves the dick all out. Like there is no cover. It's just all dick there. That's my biggest gripe. Honestly, if the mark on the side actually covered like some of the leg and went to the dick, or there was some dick covering, I actually wouldn't mind this set at all. Or specifically, I wouldn't mind the mark at all, because I do think it's pretty cool. I like the fluff in the back. Definitely gonna be cool when you combine it with a girl. That's just me personally. I don't like the fluff on the guy, but that's more just how my head goes. Not saying you can't do it. I mean, go all out if you want to do it, but that's just me personally. I wouldn't do that. As for how it shaders pretty decently. Chest piece is taking some main colors, which is always good to see. The shoulder pads, unfortunately, are not taking main colors. They're taking the off colors, which is again, it's very kind of unfortunate, but this one's a little bit better than the Hunters because there is a lot of main and off coloring in this one. Specifically, you see it on the helmet, the boots, and the arms, and the mark as well. Actually, everything. You guys will see, specifically like Abyssinian Gold's the best shader for this because I can always notice it, is the fact that you see a lot of that brown coloring, but you also see a lot of the black, which is the black is the off color most of the time for plate armor. But for cloth, it's usually the main color. So that's why I'm like, I like a lot of these colors because there's nothing that's really annoying me. Also, a lot of glows in this was as well, aside from the chest piece. The chest piece is the only piece that does not have a glow, which is kind of unfortunate. I would have liked if the star on the bow would have taken a glow. That would have been cool. But yeah, like one of my biggest gripes is just the fact that I think the chest piece is just a little small. But I've also made it like I don't hide the fact that like I think the best type of chest piece for warlocks or titans are ones that cover the back of the neck. I feel like that's just how a titan should look. But I'm gonna give it a pass because this isn't like, oh, this is supposed to be a titan. This is more just a cutesy set that we got. So let me know what you guys think about this one. And then last but not least, we have the Doki set for the warlocks. So yeah, I actually really love the arms, and that's it. I'm not a big fan of a lot of it. So actually, okay, let me be fair. The helmet I think is interesting, definitely interesting. The chest piece isn't the worst thing in the world. That big ass bow in the middle, I don't really give a shit about it. My only gripe is I wish the frills on the shoulders, I wish the middle one went out further instead of just like not doing that. I think it's a little weird, but the other thing is the boots I think are really, really boring, and not the fact that like, oh, they're cutesy. It's just like there's nothing there. Like it is very, very boring when you combine it with other pieces because there is nothing, there is no design, there is no additional pieces. It's literally just fucking like tights. That's it. So it's really, really boring when you combine it with other sets. And the bond is very Sailor Moonish, so I'm pretty like not happy with it, but it makes me laugh. It makes me giggle because I'm like, yeah, that's something Sailor Moon would definitely like have. So I think it's pretty cool. But again, I don't really give a shit about that type of stuff. So maybe I'm not the best person to ask about that. But as for shadering, it's kind of the same thing as everyone else. It's not the worst thing in the world, mind you, but there is some problems with it. The cool thing is well, I wouldn't say cool, but the only pieces that really change color here are going to be the helmet, the chest piece, and the bond. And unfortunately, the bond takes a very desaturated coloring to whatever you take. So for example, Byzantine Gold has a really deep red. For the bond, it's more like a pink, which is kind of stupid. So yeah, if you want to use this bond for something else, you're just going to have to go into the shadering system to find a glow that goes with that and with the band. So it's going to be annoying. Yeah, I don't know why Bungie does this. I feel like they just do it to piss people off at this point, dog. Because like, why are they so inconsistent with this type of shit? So yeah, if you were to ask me like which is the best piece for the warlocks, I would say the arms definitely and the helmet. I think those two definitely have like potential like to do some really cool shit. The chest piece is cool as well. It's just, I know people are not gonna vibe with it. A lot of guys are not gonna vibe with that, and I guess that's fine. It's just not their style. To be fair, there's a conversation in there to be had where it's like, oh well, is it because of toxic masculinity and all this? Not really. It's just the fact that like people have to realize that there's certain styles that men and women like, and some styles men like and some styles women like, and sometimes they like men and women don't like the same styles. It's just that really that simple. Is it toxic? Not really. It's just, it's like one of those, like the demographic for this type of armor would definitely not be guys. It'd be for girls, and I don't think that's a problem. I think it's a problem when people start being toxic about it. Like for me, I'm just whatever. It's not me. I'm gonna get it because I review armor, and I definitely see potential in some of this armor. But if I didn't have a channel or anything, I definitely wouldn't pick this armor up. Maybe the hunters just for the helmet and chest piece, but definitely not the titans or warlocks, because there's a lot of pieces where I'm just like, why would I even get this? Because it's all trash. So yeah, I think the conversation behind this armor has been kind of stupid and very immature. Like, this is not your armor, dog. Like, just that simple. Like, just move on. Get the strand armor set. That's armor set is really cool. Unfortunately, that shit does not shader roll, but I mean, what armor does in this game anymore. So let me know what you guys think. I appreciate y'all coming to this point. Working on the shader video should be coming up not right after this video, like 2 hours after this video. So if you are interested to see more shaderings, I go over all, no, not all, because if I do all my shaders, I legitimately do fall asleep. We go over my favorited shaders because it's much easier to do that and stay awake. So yeah, after that, we're going to be doing the class specific videos. I'm going to tell you guys, I feel like I cooked in that video because, or in those sets, because like the first set that I made, banger, second, banger. Like I'm telling y'all, I feel like I really cooked in that set. So definitely check out those class specific videos when they come out. I usually do them after the review and shader videos. So hunter video should be coming after the day after this one. So just be aware of that. So let me know what you guys think. I appreciate